Welcome to the Fixture by WICC. As always, I'm your host, Meg Linehan. I'm a national staff writer at The Athletic covering the NWSL and the U.S. Women's National Team. We have some exciting news here as the Fixture is now presented by Orbitz. We're very excited to have them on our team. The NWSL is still in full swing. I've got the latest from Europe for you, and we're starting in on all of our Olympic coverage here at the Fixture, starting you off with everything you need to know about the tournament and how to watch it here in the United States. Let's get it going. Olympics. If you're watching this on Wednesday, we are officially 1 week out from the start of the women's football tournament, which feels honestly kind of wild considering the long journey it's been for the start of the Olympics, considering the global pandemic. And COVID-19 is going to play a role with these games, with limitations on staff that can travel, plus no fans after all, with a state of emergency declared in Tokyo and some other regions before the Olympics start. Now, with so much focus on who would make the final 18 across the 12 countries in this tournament, there has been a major change to roster rules for the tournament, with the 4 alternates now upgraded to full members of the team. But coaches can't name all 22 players to game day rosters. That number will remain at 18, but it does mean more flexibility. Just a quick refresher on the groups too. Group E is led by host nation Japan. They're joined by Canada, Great Britain, and Chile. Group F includes the Netherlands, China, Zambia, and Brazil. And the United States are in Group G, along with, of course, Sweden, Australia, and New Zealand. Now, the matter of time zones. If you have not started wrapping your head around some very, very, very early mornings, or maybe very late nights if you're on the West Coast, you might want to start coming to grips with it now. I'm working on it. Other things to be aware of, a lot of games are going to overlap. Just look at the first day of the group stage for how this goes. Great Britain versus Chile kicks us off at 3:30 a.m. Eastern, then China versus Brazil at 4 a.m., then the U.S. Women's National Team takes on Sweden at 4:30, then we actually get a couple of hours before Japan versus Canada at 6:30, Zambia versus the Netherlands at 7 a.m., and finally Australia versus New Zealand at 7:30 Eastern. Get ready for those mid-morning naps, I guess. For the U.S. Women's National Team, here's how to watch the group stage games on television. For the opener against Sweden, you're going to want to tune into the USA Network channel. They will have a pregame show at 4 a.m., then carry the match live at 4:30 a.m. Eastern. Now, if you don't want to get up for it, there will be a couple of repeat viewings on NBC Sports Network at 8:30 a.m. Eastern and 6 p.m. Eastern. You're going to want NBCSN for Game 2 against New Zealand. They'll be showing that one live at 7:30 a.m. Eastern. Then it's back to USA for the final group stage game against Australia at 4 a.m. Eastern. When in doubt, go to NBCOlympics.com to find out how to watch something. After the group stage games, we've got quarterfinals on July 30th, semifinals on August 2nd, then bronze medal match will be played on August 5th, and the gold medal match on August 6th, at least in Japan. Here in the US, it will actually be late at night on August 5th. Thanks again, time zones. The final is scheduled for USA Network, but looks like the tail end of it might actually be on big NBC too. Finally, it's all happening. The Courage hung on to the top spot on the NWSL table for another week, but the Orlando Pride caught up to them on points after a stoppage time stunner from Sydney Leroux, assisted by Ashlyn Harris, which helped the team salvage a point at home against Racing Louisville. Ebony Salmon had scored in the first half, and it looked like Louisville were going to ride it to a massive 3 points, but Sid said, no thank you.
There's Salmon. Salmon pushing off of Krieger. Salmon! Ebony Salmon scores a peach of a goal, and Louisville leads on the road. Bit of soccer tennis. Harris delivers. Over Korniak, all the way through Leroux! Sydney Leroux is broken through now. 100 seconds to go, and Orlando level. And she's tied for the league scoring lead. 5th of the year.
All it took was a little bit of Sydney Leroux magic.
In the best performance of the weekend, the Washington Spirit got a brace from Ashley Hatch to defeat North Carolina 2-0. Ashley Sanchez absolutely balled out and could have probably tallied 5 goals of her own, and Andy Sullivan's run an inch-perfect slip pass to Hatch on her second goal was just a thing of sheer beauty.
Early cross towards Hatch, has a chance inside, and look what I found. Ashley Hatch gives Washington the lead. Right place at the right time. 2-on-2 with Hatch. Playing it through for Hatch. Beautiful ball. Hatch will finish her second in stoppage time. 2-on-2, and you couldn't have executed better than what the Washington Spirit did right there.
Gotham FC went out to Portland and left with a point after stymieing the Thorns offense for a full 90 minutes. Didi Hericic had an amazing performance out there in the Challenge Cup final, and she did it again. And Estelle Johnson was clutch as Gotham defense bent again and again, but never broke.
It hangs. Again loose. The strike on the goal line. Doesn't find the back of the net. Remarkably close from Portland. Weaver into the box. Weaver, it's loose. Cleared. My goodness, Estelle Johnson. Slips past Johnson. Charlie Horicic yet again.
Horicic, player of the match, and it's only 53 minutes in. We're not even done this 90-minute game. How good has she been?
The Red Stars picked up the weirdest win of the weekend, defeating the Houston Dash 2-1 without actually putting a single shot on goal the entire match. Veronica Latsko started off the scoring for Houston, but then 2 own goals undid that effort.
That looked like she was fouled. Give advantage and a goal for Houston. They give advantage to Spencer, and I believe it's Latsko with the finish, and Houston leads at 1-0.
Focusing on
Mallory Pugh, great ball, and it's headed in. I'm not sure if it was an own goal or what, but it goes in, and we're tied at 1. From Groom.
Yeah, there was a lot of pressure.
This is trouble. Oh my, and another own goal. Not 1, but 2. Harris comes out, and Naughton, the former Red Star, knocks it in, and can you believe it?
Finally, one more brace to wrap up the weekend in the NWSL, this time from Bethany Balser, helping to get OL Reign back on track against Kansas City. She started off early with a goal in the 3rd minute, then the 29th, but the Reign got the game put to advance mode when goalkeeper Sarah Buhadi was red carded in the 70th minute, and the Reign had to play the final 20 minutes with 10 players.
It's a foot race, and now played back to Barnhart. Here's a chance, the strike, and the goal! Bethany Balser! In the 3rd minute, the Reign go up 1-0.
Yeah, Rachel Corsi.
Now at the edge of the box, King, the extra pass, Balser again! The brace! Beautiful service from Huerta, and the 2nd goal of the night for Bethany Balser.
And this is a copy and paste from 3 weeks ago versus Chicago.
Some major news out of Europe this summer, but I want to mostly focus on a report from some of my colleagues at The Athletic, Adam Crafton and Katie Wyatt, on some of the unrest behind the scenes at Manchester United Women. Casey Stoney departed the club and is heading to the new NWSL expansion team in San Diego to work with Jill Ellis. And of course, they also announced the departures of Kristen Press and Tobin Heath a while back before the Olympics. But United haven't been making any waves on the transfer market, and Adam and Katie's report details the players considering a formal complaint to the club and potentially even a strike before the season had started, plus simmering frustrations with the club's housing and accommodations for players and their training facilities. In short, while United were so close to cracking the top 3 in the Women's Super League, it was happening while the optics didn't actually match the true investment. As of right now, they still need a head coach too, though it sounds like interviews are underway with the Orlando Pride's Mark Skinner in the mix for the head manager role. Much like with Liverpool, however, the pressure is on to do the right thing by the women's team, and now plenty more people are watching. All right, let's swap over to Barcelona, who have a new head coach, and they are making moves on their roster, signing a pair of players from Wolfsburg in midfielder Ingrid Engen and winger Fridolina Rolfo, plus a big 2-year deal for Irene Paredes, the center back, also the captain for the Spanish national team, joining Barcelona from PSG. Just your reminder that you can see Barcelona at the Women's International Champions Cup this summer, but I'm sure you knew that already. Thanks for joining me here on The Fixture. We're just about a month out to the Women's International Champions Cup happening here in the United States at Providence Park in Portland. featuring the Thorns, Houston, Lyon, and Barcelona. Tickets are on sale right now at internationalchampionscup.com. Don't miss out. And if you can't actually make it to Portland, ESPN is the broadcast partner for the Women's ICC. As always, stay tuned to all things women's soccer by following at ICC Women on Twitter and Instagram for all the latest. You can like International Champions Cup on Facebook. You can find me at It's Meg Linehan. I'll be sleep deprived through the entire Olympics. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.